Let's go! Woo-hoo-hoo! Yo, turn up. Let's get it. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Where my books at? Where my Gabby? Read that one. Yo, man. I need new books. I need them. I need new ones. Go away. Okay, maybe that was a little bit too much, but look, it holds a lot of truth because 99% of people are on this wave, right? It's either you have all the confidence in the world, you're getting all your goals done, you know, you're high energy, you just feel great, all the confidence, right? Or you're like in this depressed state where nothing's getting accomplished, you're eating bad, right? Maybe you take pills and you call it depression. Whatever the case may be, there's something called a hedonic treadmill, okay? This is something that psychologists have been studying for many years, and I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is and exactly how it can solve complacency in your life, right? So if you're not getting work done, or you're too happy and you're on your high horse and it's distracting you, your pride is distracting you from getting even more work done, watch this video because it holds relevant in every aspect of your life, whether it's a small business, whether you're an investor, whatever the case may be. I'm gonna be pulling up studies, and at the end of this video, I'm actually gonna give you the downloadable links that you can access anytime to reference if you're in one of these, you know, extreme states. Okay, guys, so I'm gonna jump in the screen right there. Keep watching. What's going on, people? Alex here with another video. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button as well as the push notification bell. In this channel, we talk about everything entrepreneurial, basically how to be a successful human being on the internet and life in general, right? And today we're gonna be talking about Hedonic Treadmill. Okay, again, hit that push notification bell because I will be doing all types of giveaways, and I do different giveaways, right? So one of them being if you comment first on my next video. Now we're not doing this now, but in the future we will be doing it very soon. I'll pay you out cryptocurrency, or I'll get you a book, you know, different prizes that I am involved with. I'll definitely do that. Now again, hit that push notification bell so you can get the videos first and get this content, right? So Hedonic Treadmill, okay, before I kind of knew of this from experience in my business. When I made a lot of money in cryptocurrency, I got real complacent, right? My pride was getting in the way. I was thinking that this money's gonna come in forever and I was set for life, and it lowered my ability to get a lot of work done. And on the contrary, when I lost money in cryptocurrency or something bad happened in my life, I was just depressed, man. I was in these states where I wouldn't get a lot of work done. Let's be honest. If you're sleeping, you know, more than 8 hours a day, you know, if you're sleeping in the midday just to get away from life, maybe you've been in this situation before. And how this applies to your business is basically, man, you're the business, right? Self-help is very relevant because the business cannot run without you, right? If you're a marketer or you're an investor, in any situation, emotional control is the #1 defining factor in your success. And so, you know, again, I didn't know hedonic treadmill as a term, and my brother just recently told me about it. But this is very relevant, okay? Understanding this type of stuff will help you weather the storm or help you, you know, kind of humble down when you're on your high horse, right? So what is the hedonic treadmill? It's also known as hedonic adaptation. It's the observed tendency of humans to quickly return to a relatively stable level of happiness despite major positive or negative events in our life. So, you know, there's a lot of studies that I'm gonna be talking about. I'm gonna dive deep into this. Like I said, at the end of this video, keep a lookout and give you guys a little prize so you don't have to read. You know, I read like almost 60 pages of boring, you know, studies. You can get my versions, my simple versions of that through the download link. But here is, we're talking about, you know, those times where, like I said, when you're really happy, you know, we always return to a relatively stable level of happiness. So, you know, you might be paralyzed and thinking now, right? So to a guy that maybe lost his leg or had spinal injury, right? Thinking now, you might think it's the most horrible thing that could ever happen in the world, right? But everything is relevant, including happiness. And I'm gonna explain that with factual details, not my opinions, right? So let's go look at some studies, okay? The first one I wanna look at, this basic attention, this one right here, lottery winners and accident victims. Is happiness relative, right? So there's a couple things I want to point out, right? So these guys basically asked a whole bunch of lottery winners and accident victims how their happiness was on a scale of 1 to 10 and all these different questions, and they came up with crazy conclusions. Now there's a lot of different books and things on this topic, but I like to dive into the studies, right? So this is one thing I highlighted, right? The most general principle of adaptation level theory is that people's judgments of current levels of stimulation depending whether the stimulation exceeds or falls short of the level of stimulation to which their previous history has accustomed them. So what it's basically trying to say is that you're only happy according to what's happening in your life, right? So let's say, you just won the lotto, for example. Well, the things that back in the day made you happy, like for example, maybe video games, or maybe, when you got that ice cream, right? Or little simple pleasures that you look forward to, you're not going to look forward to them anymore. So you might be super happy in the beginning, right? So you might be like crazy, oh, this is the best thing that ever happened to me. But over time, that's going to gradually decay, right? Those simple things that you used to love are going to become normal, right? Because you're going to be able to get it anytime you want to. So that's basically what it's saying right here, right? Falls short of the level of stimulation to which their previous history has accustomed them, right? So just understand that, and it goes the opposite way. If you have the most devastating thing happen to you, your dad dies, or a family member gets sick or whatever, just know that the simple things might become more favorable, and your happiness will come right back up because you just been through such a traumatic event. That's the summary of what we're talking about. We're just going to dive a little bit deeper, right? Winning $1 million is both a distinctive event and an event that is relevant to many other life occurrences, since it constitutes an extremely positive comparison point. However, the thrill of winning a lottery should result in an upward shift of adaptation level. Consequently, many ordinary events may seem less pleasurable, since they are now compared less favorably with the past experience. Thus, winning 1 million can make new pleasures available. It also may help old pleasures seem less enjoyable, right? And just understanding this stuff is going to help you get out of it, right? So like, let's say something good happens in your life, just think, look, you gotta see yourself from a third person perspective. Alex, look, you're on your high horse right now. You need to humble down a little bit, get some more work done, right? Use that to your advantage. And they had a lot of studies, as you can see here. They all asked them all different types of questions. Again, I'm gonna leave this link for you guys to download so you can dive into it deeper. But if you guys have problems, I've seen a lot of people suck with consistency, and I'm one of them. Like, I'm like the worst guy when it comes to be consistent. It's plagued me for years. It plagued me in school. It plagued me with my my gym habits, my diet, right? If you could just understand this stuff, it's going to help you with consistency. It's going to help you overcome those little negative or positive thoughts in your head that are stopping you from reaching your goals. So as you can see here, general happiness, the winners in the past, right? So they're basically saying, like, how happy were you in the past versus how happy you are presently, and how happy do you think you're going to be in the future. And as you can see, it really correlates, right? So for example, the victims in the past were probably a little bit more happier, but they fell off in happiness, and then eventually they got they think that they're going to get happier over time because they could see it relevant in their life. You would think that these traumatic times in people's life will mess them up, but over time, man, it's all relevant. Just understand that everything is relevant. If you think you're in the worst time of your life, you can overcome it. It will always be overcoming. Your happiness and you get back to normal levels. Don't do anything destructive, right? Don't do anything that's going to cause you permanent damage in the future. Just weather the storm, and we could always get through it, right? Here's another study about the hedonic. This is going to just be this is the first time the hedonic treadmill was really talked about. It was first coined in this article right here, and you can look up the original definition, and then you have this article here. Now, I've read all of these, and I'm giving you guys again you could simply explain it, but if you want to like really ingrain into your brain, you definitely need to read these articles. But these guys basically say that your happiness point. So let's say I get $1 million, my happiness point will increase so I'll get super happy, but then my level of happiness will slowly die off, and I'll have a higher point. What do they exactly say here? They say, I don't know, like I forgot to highlight this one. Oh, set points, right? So you basically move around your set points. So if you get like something really bad happens to your life, your set point's going to be a lot lower, and things you do that normal people really don't care about you're going to appreciate life a lot more, right? So that's the overall gist of this, guys. Use it to your advantage. A little story I want to give you before we end this video. You know, I was at one point making, you know, $1,000, $2,000 a day, right? To this online program, and it was one of the greatest things that ever happened to me. And you know, I was really thriving. I was doing better in general in life, and I let the complacency get to me, right? So this wasn't a forever thing. Eventually it fell off. And if I would have worked way harder while I was making that money, I would have been more set in the future. Now, I'm not saying it like ruined my life, right? But if you guys can take action and use this to your advantage, right? If you can use this in your life so that when things like this happen, you're gonna be one step ahead of you. And that's what this channel is about, right? I'm just showing you guys if you relate to this video, you got this far for a reason. I'm showing you guys my life experiences. I'm sure a lot of you have dealt with it, right? So don't let it get to you. Read things like this. This is why I want you guys to download it. I'll leave a link in the description below. Download these case studies and read it over for you, okay? Again, this channel, of course, I try to make you money, but sometimes there's indirect ways to make money. If you want direct ways to make money, I have other videos for that. But this is an indirect way. If you can be better in general, you will make money in general, right? That's how life works. But that's it for this video, guys. If you like the quality of this content, hit like. If you don't, leave some constructive criticism. Guys, subscribe to my channel. Hit that push notification button, because I'm gonna do all types of quick giveaways, and I'm gonna reward people that are watching the videos and leaving comments first, okay, guys? Like I always say, if you don't get with it, you will get left behind. Thanks for watching this video. Catch you guys in the next one.